Hello to all my board class friends. Welcome to my channel on digital education by Meenakshi Kaushik. Friends, as we know that our board examination, CBSE board examination is going to be started soon. So friends, all of you have to focus on your studies and give your board examination papers very nicely and attentively. So best of luck from my side, friends, for your board examination. One more thing, in context of social science subject revision, friends, I had already prepared my 4 videos based on social science revision. And my videos will be very helpful for the preparation of CBSE board examination of SST subject. So now friends, today I also prepared the another video based on social science subject which will give you the maximum knowledge and provide you the maximum very important questions, PYQs and some sample paper based questions. So friends, watch my this video properly and don't try to skip the video please. And before watching my video, it's my request to my all the friends, please like, share and subscribe my channel Digital Education by Meenakshi Kaushik. So now friends, please watch the video.
Students, see the slide. Question number 1. Public opinion plays an important role in shaping democratic outcomes. Explain how public opinion influences democratic governance. In this question, first of all, you have to write the definition, you have to write the meaning of what is public opinion. After writing the meaning of public opinion, then you have to express your answer, how the public opinion plays an important role in shaping democratic outcomes, in shaping the democratic system, right? So now in this question, basically you have to write the influence of public opinion on democratic governance and democratic system. See the question number 2, student. The success of a democracy depends on active citizen participation. In this question, justify the importance of civic engagement in the success of democratic systems. So, student, in this question, you have to write how the success of a democracy depends on active citizen participation. Basically, the success and healthy democratic system basically depends on active citizen participation. So, in this question, you have to explain the importance of civic engagement, the importance of active citizen participation in the success of democratic system. So now friends, the question number 3, see the question number 3 please. Nuclear energy has both advantages and disadvantages. Discuss. In this question, friend, first of all, you have to write the meaning of energy resource. What is energy resource? And then after that, you have to make the flow chart, the energy resource classification, conventional energy resource and non-conventional energy resource. And then you have to write the 1 and 2 line definition, conventional energy resource with examples and non-conventional energy resource definition with examples. Okay, and then you have to come to your main question, what is nuclear energy, and after telling the what is nuclear energy, then you have to write the advantages and disadvantages, or we can say the merits and demerits of nuclear energies. The advantages के 1 2 3 4 5 points you have to explain, and disadvantages of nuclear energy के the 4 5 points with few explanation you have to explain. So this will be your 5-mark question will be completed. Students, now in my next slide, I will explain the question number 4. Now, students, see the question number 4 in this slide. The automotive industries in India has grown due to globalization. Explain how globalization has impacted the automotive sector in India. So, students, in this question, you have to write about the automobile industry, how the automobile industry in India has grown due to the globalization. So, firstly, students, first of all, you have to write the 1 and 2 lines, the meaning of globalization globalization heading, then underline what is globalization. And after writing the globalization, then you have to write about the automobile industries, in which sector it will come. It will come in the which sector, automobile industry. So naturally the secondary sector है, industrial sector है. तो after writing the globalization, you have to write about the economic activities में primary, secondary and the tertiary sector. And then automobile industry is a part of the secondary sector, means the industrial sector है. And then this, after that, that third point, you have to elaborate your answer according to the language of the question. The automotive industry, automobile industry in India has grown due to the globalization, and explain how the globalization has impacted the automobile sector in India. So you have to tell about the automobile industry firstly, ki how it is grown up due to the globalization, and after that ki what is the impact of the globalization, and now how the globalization has impacted the automobile sector in India. In both the ways you have to explain your answer in this question. So firstly write the meaning of globalization, then you have to write about the economic sector. The flowchart have to make primary, secondary and then tertiary, and then you have to tell ki this automobile industry will come in the secondary sector, and then come to your main question, and according to the language of the question you have to explain answer in both the ways. The firstly automobile industry, how it has grown due to the globalization, and what is the role of the globalization, how the globalization has impacted the automobile sector in India. So both the ways you have to explain your answer in this question number 4. Up now students, board class students, please see the question number 5. Globalization has contributed to the growth of the service sector in India. So now student, in this question justify the statement with suitable arguments and examples. So students, again this question, because this is very very important question है, generally based on globalization है, based on service sector है या tertiary sector है, industrial sector है, because these are the general questions and current questions हैं. तो in board exams so generally the value based question है और current question है, general question है, environmental based question है, critical thinking based question है, and based on your social science subject the chapter based questions. This type of pictorial questions also come in exam. So this type of different questions comes in an exam. So accordingly you have to prepare your board exam of social science subject. ठीक है. अब now students see the globalization has, firstly you have to write the again the meaning of globalization. What is globalization? So you have to clear to the examiner कि what do you understand by it, क्या है globalization. ठीक है. And after that now the globalization has contributed to the growth of the service sector in India. The role of globalization in service sector, in tertiary sector in India basically. So you have to explain the role of globalization in service sector, tertiary sector in India. So justify your statement with suitable arguments. So now student, up see the question number 6. Digital banking is transforming the financial sector. Explain the impact of digital banking on the economy. Now student, this is again the current question है, general question है, and now this is also the question which is related to our current scenario, current economic financial scenario, right? The question number 6, digital banking. First of all you have to write the meaning and the definition digital banking. Again I am repeating my statement, my lines which already I have repeated in my previous video students, कि never throw your answer, never write your answer directly. Okay, so firstly in long question it is expected from the students, first of all you have to write the meaning of the basic word and the basic term, right? So you have to write the meaning of the basic term या basic term का, and then you have to come to the basic question, and according to the language of the question you have to elaborate your answer. तो नाउ स्टूडेंट्स डिजिटल बैंकिंग, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यू हैव टू राइट द मीनिंग ऑफ डिजिटल बैंकिंग. बताएं कि व्हाट इज डिजिटल बैंकिंग, व्हाट डू यू अंडरस्टैंड बाय इट. ओके, एंड नाउ आफ्टर राइटिंग द मीनिंग ऑफ द डिजिटल बैंकिंग, अब नाउ यू हैव टू टेल अबाउट कि हाउ द डिजिटल बैंकिंग, द इम्पॉर्टेंस एंड द सिग्निफिकेंस ऑफ डिजिटल बैंकिंग, हाउ इट इज ट्रांसफॉर्मिंग द फाइनेंशियल सेक्टर, द इकोनॉमिक सेक्टर ऑफ इंडिया, कि हाउ द डिजिटल बैंकिंग इज ट्रांसफॉर्मिंग, हाउ इट इज मीन्स developing the financial sector in India, the digital banking, and the role of digital banking you can say, and the significance and the importance of digital banking is transforming the financial sector of India. To explain the impact, basically in this question you have to explain the impact of the digital banking on the Indian economy. So in this way you have to explain your answer with suitable example. Next slide student, I will discuss with you the question number 7. Now, see the question number 7 slide. Savings are essential for investment and economic growth. Justify the statement with suitable arguments. So, now, students, in this question, you have to explain the savings, how the savings are. How the savings of us are essential for investment and economic growth. Justify the statement with suitable arguments. So you have to explain how the savings are very important and essential for all the human beings for investment and for the economic growth of our society and for the economic growth of our country. So very simple question है, general question है student, and now you can explain your answer with your own opinions on own ideas and write in a proper way. Now see the question number 8 student. India has benefited from globalization through increased foreign investment. Explain the benefits of foreign investment for India. So now student, yes, this is very true कि India has benefited from globalization through the increased foreign investment. So students, first of all, you have to write the meaning of foreign investment. What is foreign investment? What do you understand by it? What is foreign investment? After that, you have to come to your main question, how the India has benefited from the globalization and through the increasing of foreign investment. The role of the foreign investment in our country, how our country has benefited from it for investment, how our country has benefited from globalization. So in two aspects you have to explain your answer. First of all, how the India has benefited from globalization, through globalization, and second part, how the India has benefited from increased foreign investment. So explain the basically the benefits of foreign investment for India. So in this question you have to explain the basic benefits of foreign investment for India and how the globalization has benefited to India. So in this question number 8 you have to explain your answer. Now see the question number 9 students. The role of opposition party is crucial in democracy. Explain why opposition parties are very important. So student, first of all, in this question again I'm repeating, don't write the means the right the correct the answer directly. Basically you have to write the first of all, the meaning of the political parties. What do you understand by the political parties first of all, and after that now the political party may then role of opposition party. Clear? Then what is the role of the opposition party, and how the role of opposition party is crucial in a democratic system. The role of opposition party, it is not a easier role, it is a very crucial and the complicated role in a democratic system. To explain why opposition parties are important in a democratic system. So in this way you have to explain your answer. Firstly you have to write the meaning of political parties, what are the political parties, and then after that you have to explain the role of opposition party in a democratic system, or why it is important, why the role of opposition is important. So now student, yes, this was a question number 9. In next slide I'll discuss with you the another questions. Yes, friends, see the question number 10. The Congress of Vienna aimed to suppress nationalist movements in Europe. Explain the statement by giving suitable examples. So now, friends, in this question, this is the question which is from the history chapter for the nationalism in Europe. A very very important question and very very important chapter as friends. A very mark scoring chapter है the nationalism in Europe. After that the nationalism in India is also very important chapter, and then print culture of histories. ठीक है? तो now friend, question number 10, the Congress of Vienna. First of all you have to write about the when the Congress of Vienna was conducted and what were the basic the terms, what means terms and the features of the Congress of Vienna in short words. Okay, and after that you have to come to your main question. The Congress of Vienna aimed to suppress the nationalistic movements in Europe. Explain the statement by giving suitable examples. So first of all, again I am repeating, you have to write about the Congress of Vienna, when it was conducted, who were they in the Congress of Vienna, and now after that what were the aims of the Congress of Vienna, and how the Congress of Vienna to suppress the nationalistic movements in Europe. In this context you have to explain your answer. The Congress of Vienna, a very 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 important question, student. Please please focus on this question in a proper way. Now question number 11, the concept of community government in Belgium is an innovative form of power sharing. And now explain the statement, explain this statement. The student, in this question you have to explain, first of all you have to write the meaning of what do you understand by the power sharing, what is it. Or now this question, the power sharing in context of your means the concept of community government in Belgium now is an innovative form of power sharing. How it was when the powers are shared in the community government in Belgium in this context, because in this chapter we read about the Belgium, and we read about the Sri Lankan, completely the ethnic composition of Belgium and the Sri Lanka we read in this chapter. So now in this question you have to write about the Belgium, the concept of community government in context of Belgium, and how it is an innovative form of power sharing. So student, in this question you also have to explain your answer in this way. Next, the question number 12, student. Question number 12. See, the farmers in rural areas are often unemployed during off seasons. Exactly, very true. Generally, farmers in rural areas are generally they are often unemployed during the off season time. And what is the seasonal unemployment? What is a seasonal unemployment, and how can the government support rural workers during these times? A very important question है और very general question है, means very common question है. तो student, in this question you have to explain firstly कि farmers in rural areas are often unemployed during the off season. You have to explain in few lines your answer, and then after that you have to write about the what is seasonal unemployment, what is it, क्या होता है seasonal unemployment, you have to write it. And then according the next topic, next point you have to come, how can the government support rural workers during these times. So now in this question you have to explain the what is seasonal employment and how the farmers are affected, means during this time period, during the off season time period, and during the seasonal unemployment time period, and what are the government initiatives, what are the government steps are taken to support the rural workers during this time period, during the off season time period. So basically governmental policies in regarding in context of farmers and the rural workers, those are unemployed during the off season time, you have to explain, student. Clear? So firstly, so you have to write what is seasonal employment and how the farmers in rural areas are generally unemployment during off season, and after that the governmental policies to support the rural workers during the off season time period, yeah, during the seasonal unemployment time period. Okay, so now student, these are the basic questions which I have discussed with my 10th board class students, because your the SST exam, these my slides and my videos will be very very helpful for my all the 10th board class students to support to them. And my each and every question I am telling the way how you have to attempt your answer, how you have to write your answer. And basically I have discussed in my previous videos, in my previous the series of revision question, means revision series of the SST, the long question, basically the 5 marks question, the 3 marks question I have discussed with you. So please, you have to go through the content and the chapter properly, and these are the important questions है, PYQs हैं, and frequent asked questions हैं, sample paper based questions हैं, which I am discussing. I had discussed with my students in my previous slides. So students, watch my videos regularly and now subscribe my channel for getting the new updates and new notification. So now students, see the next slide, and in the next slide I will discuss with you the another questions with you. Yes, students, see the slide. Question number 13. Education plays a vital role in the development of country. Justify this statement with suitable arguments. Very current question है and a very general question है कि how the education plays a very important role in the development of a country. Right, so education part is a very very important and for our life and for the human society and for the development of a human beings. So now you have to explain how the education plays a very important vital role in the development of a country. Justify the statement with suitable arguments. A very simple general question, students. You have to express your own ideas and own views in proper way. Now see the question number 14, student. Energy infrastructure is a backbone of the economy. Explain why. So now student, in this question you have to explain energy infrastructure is a backbone of the economy. The energy resources, and naturally the energy resources and infrastructure is a backbone of the economy, and explain why. So you have to explain the reason ki why the energy resources and infrastructure is a backbone of the economy. Now see the question number 15 student. Healthcare is a fundamental aspect of development. Explain the importance of healthcare in development. तो स्टूडेंट्स हेल्थ केयर है या ह्यूमन रिसोर्स, ठीक है, बिकॉज आवर हेल्थ केयर इज बेसिकली directly and indirectly it is related to the human resource, right? Human resource means the complete combination of mental and plus physical ability, it is known as human resource. तो health care तो is a very fundamental aspect of human beings है, and we all have to be very careful about our health and our health care, right? तो health care is a fundamental aspect of development है, and explain the importance of health care या health care services in development. तो you have to explain your answer. Very simple and general question है students. तो you also have to write in your own words. So this type of sometimes the general basic question, current scenario based questions comes in board examination, CBSE board. Now question number 16 student. The civil disobedience movement was a turning point in India's struggle for independence. Explain the statement by giving suitable example. So now students, in this question you have to write about the civil disobedience. Firstly you have to write about when the civil disobedience movement was started and by whom it was started. Civil disobedience movement, so all we know that this civil disobedience movement, or we can say in Hindi the Savanya Avagya Andolan, generally it is called like that. The civil disobedience movement, when it was started, by whom it was started? By Gandhi ji. All we know that civil disobedience movement was started by the Gandhi ji. So now you have to tell about write about the civil disobedience movement, when it was started, by whom it was started, and what were the basic aims of the civil disobedience movement. Few lines you have to write your answer, and then after that the complete scenario, the complete incident which will come in the civil disobedience. 2 and 3 steps will come in this civil disobedience movement, and how the civil disobedience movement was a turning point in India's struggle for independence. After that you have to write your main answer according to the language of the question by giving the examples. So firstly again I am repeating, directly please don't throw your answer, don't write your answer directly. The civil disobedience, the turning point, okay? Firstly you have to write the civil disobedience, when the movement was started, by whom it was started, what were the basic aims of the civil disobedience movement, right? And after that you have to write the basic question, the scenario ki how the civil disobedience movement became a turning point in India's struggle for independence. So in this way students you have to attempt your answer of social science, okay? Whether the history part questions है या civics है या geography है, economics है, in proper way the 5 marks long questions students you have to write your answer. One more thing I would like to share with you, because I am the social science teacher in school, so generally my school students को I always convey, and through my videos I just convey to my other students कि whenever you are writing your long questions students, so please write your long questions specifically in proper way by making the flow chart. It will be easier to the examiner to check your answer in proper way and giving you the good marks to you. So now whether your history is part है, civics है, geography है, eco है, so just try to make the flow chart. With the help of the flow chart you have to explain your answer step by step by writing the heading and then underline and then explain the points, okay? So don't write the direct answer, means don't throw the direct answer कि 1 2 3 4 5 points लिखे 5 लाइन में 5 lines में, and then your answer is over, and then you are expecting from the examiner कि they will means give you the complete 5 out of 5 या 4 out of 5. No, it is not possible for the examiner. Your answer should be very convincing to the examiner, and that should be very presentable to the means your answer and convincing and presentable, and the examiner should be means completely should be impressed by your answer ki how the student attempted the answer in a very nice way for getting the good marks. So this is a basic tips and basic formula in social science subject. Whenever you are writing your social science question attempting, yeah, answers you are writing, so please write in a proper way. Clear? Your answer should be again very convincing, appealing, and your answer should be very presentable, right? So please, board class students, you have to follow my all the instructions very carefully. And now students, other videos I will give you the more other near about 15 to 20 questions or 25 questions before your board exam, main board exam of social science. So watch my videos regularly and don't try to skip the videos, please. Right? If you are watching my videos completely, it will be very very helpful. And I had just made the videos in a very means the easier form and PPT form where the students can also take out the printout of my these questions and the videos. Okay students, so please, it's my request to all my students, please like, share and subscribe my channel Digital Education by Meenakshi Kaushik for getting new updates and new notifications. Thank you students, thank you for watching my video. Thank you.